See,
Ugh.
and you know,
I've been ever since I've seen that video on Saturday. I've
uh
been thinking, like, hey, maybe I've been a little rough on the guy. You know,
huh.
maybe I should try to make amends. I was thinking maybe I should try to make amends
Uh huh.
and try to do something nice for him as a Canadian. Canadians are always looking at doing something nice for people.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
And what I thought about doing was making an intro for his videos and his live streams.
Uh huh.
And the only thing that I could come up with was a little ditty. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, mind you, my singing is not the greatest. Okay. So we're going
Uh,
to have to get somebody to do some singing on this.
okay.
Okay. The
Mm-hmm.
ditty kind of goes like this. I'm gonna say some sketchy shit, doo da, doo da. I hope I get away with it. Oh, doo da day.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say some sketchy shit. Doo da doo da. I hope I get away with it. Doo da doo da day. I hope the Filipino P don't get mad at me. Oh shit. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
I got thinking about that. The other day I was like, I think I'll, like tape, like record that or something like that. And
Oh
upload.
my god.
There you go. Open your video with this. 'Cause basically, that's what he does.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say some sketchy shit, doo
Doo
da.
da doo da. I hope the P ain't mad at me. Doo da da doo da day.
Yeah. So, hey, Kenneth, what's up?
Kenneth and Crew. Hey man, what's up, man?
Yeah, so that chocolate hamburger, yeah,
Uh,
it's on
oh,
its way down the hatch.
wow.
Yeah, it was a sad day, damn near broke my fucking toe, and then that dropped out of my hand, and as soon as that box hit the floor, it was like the inside of the shock about the shock from the freaking hitting the floor, that thing just exploded like a light bulb. Like wow,
Wow.
yeah.
It's too bad you didn't get to show. Oh man, it's too bad you didn't get to show it to P.
All you
Should
gotta do is just watch one of the videos that I put it on. Like I put it on your channel a few times, and I put it on my own channel a couple times. Doing the whole, man, I got to cartoon myself just to,
have. I wonder what tomorrow's video is gonna be about.
I don't know. Dalton on the video the other day,
Uh huh.
he seemed like a really stand up gentleman. Like
Mm
he's the kind of guy that you're like, that is the poster child for the Passport Bros.
hmm. Mm hmm.
Go to another country, looking to respect their traditions, their
Mm hmm.
culture, their laws, their ways, their
Mm hmm.
people. He's polite and freaking smiles at everybody, so that
Yep.
they will smile back.
Mm hmm.
And hey, Nets vlog, how are you doing?
And oh, and by the way, guys, y'all can stream this to your audience
That's what I
because
did. That's how
yeah,
that's that's how
yeah.
that vlog got in.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. So you can y'all can stream this to your audience because I basically went to StreamYard. I basically told because the head lady of their billing department knows who I am, right? And I told her, I said, "Hey, my birthday's coming up on the 30th of May. Could you please extend my trial?" And she goes, "Here you go."
Yeah. You can only restream it if you're part of the panel.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
Happening?
yeah.
What's
Oh
happening,
yeah.
Kenneth?
Yeah. If you're part of the panel, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I restreamed it to my crew. I
Yeah.
haven't I haven't done a
But
live
yeah,
stream in a while.
Dalton's cool. I think Dalton should create his own channel.
It would not
And
surprise me if
and
he's not
other
part of
people and
our
other
wife's channel.
people said and other people said that he should do the same thing too.
Yep.
Because him and his Filipina are such upstanding people.
Oh yeah.
And with
And the
him
thing
being
about it is him being military.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like he's got a story to tell.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
you know, like I tip my hat off to anybody who's ever put their life on the line for, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the foundations of freedom and peace in
Mm-hmm.
society. I,
And you know numbnuts would have something to say about this guy
oh yeah.
because he don't respect anybody.
Anybody, he doesn't respect anybody who doesn't agree with it 100% of what he says.
Mm-hmm.
So I know for a fact he doesn't respect me because I think the guy's a fucking idiot. But
Well,
and I'm pretty sure that, you know, there's a lot of people who share my opinion. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, and I can tell you one thing as a fact, and she wouldn't even have to say it, but I know that P has no respect for the guy.
Well,
I mean, anybody who talks crap about you and bashes you constantly to their viewers, makes up lies about you. I mean, I was
I
thinking about,
wouldn't go so far as to say she's got no respect for him.
uh huh,
Uh, P is a she's a very uh, forgiving person.
mm,
Okay, like
yeah,
yeah, she does have a little bit of animosity towards the guy,
uh huh,
and you know,
mm.
heaven forbid that she ever meets him and she's got her monthly friend around. I would love to video that because I'm pretty sure there'd be like a size three shoe flip flop heading towards a fucking pair of rocks.
Messenger Leslyn Mendez. How old are you if you don't mind?
Because
Yeah,
she's
How
like,
old are you if you don't
but
mind?
I think that's about the end. That's about where it would end.
Mm.
I think she just loved to give him one swift kick in the nuts, just to see if she could get him to swallow swallow him again. You know,
Yeah.
whereas you know, like if it was me meeting a guy, somebody better pull me off him.
mm.
'Cause I
He
don't think I'd be able to stop.
well, one thing I can say, I've never heard P get angry on a video before,
Nope.
but I'm sure she can get pretty heated if it ever came down
Oh
to
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I I'm about to break the one rule in Patreon, just because
What?
it was funny and it has nothing to do with nothing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Um, Last month and the month before that, I've been having problems with Patreon not processing
Mhm.
my payment.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Or my pledge to the creators that I follow and support. And it was all on their end. It was all on Patreon's end. They kept screwing up.
Mhm.
Okay. So and I was like, hey, you know, if this continues, then I'm just going to quit using Patreon
Mhm.
and find another way to, to put support to the creators that I enjoy. And so they fucking smartened up their tune. And this month the payments went through no problem. Okay.
Mhm.
So then I messaged P. I was like, well, looks like you're stuck with me for another month. And she goes, good news. So, but yeah, she doesn't put numbnuts into any thought process. Because why let him occupy part of your mind rent free?
You search left or right for
Yeah.
size 15.
Exactly. Exactly. And then Numbnuts tries to say, "Oh, well, she lets her viewers talk shit about me." Well, what do you think you're doing to her?
Well, the thing about it is he started the whole bullshit,
Exactly.
and now he's crying about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, her viewers are acting all stupid against me. That's because you're stupid.
Mm-hmm. You're a dumbass.
Quit being a dumbass. Quit being stupid, and then maybe some of us will stop.
Going at you.
Yeah, point you out and freaking
I mean,
going,
do
hey,
you?
look
I
at this
mean,
dumbass.
and see. Here's the thing, though. Too is if the Filipina P really wanted to, if she really wanted to show her ass, she could go onto Mike's channel, find all the videos where he has used her clips, where he's played her video all the way through,
Copyright
put a
strike.
copyright strike on every single one of them, and his channel would go down.
Oh yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Oh
But
yeah, I
she
could
won't
freaking
do
hammer
it.
him with a copyright strike like that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And then if he starts up another channel, it starts up the same shit.
Yep. Exactly.
Start up another one, boy. I can do this all day.
Yeah.
Captain America
But
said,
she
but I can
won't
do
do
it
it.
better.
See, and that's the thing. She won't do it.
No, because she doesn't have a vengeful bone in her body.
She don't. And even I read something the other day, or no, actually it was last night. Did you know that there is a treaty between the United States and the Philippines called the Bern Treaty, BERN? And what that is this. If like what Mike is doing, using her content and calling her a heap on and all that stuff, he's actually breaking Philippine law.
Hey, caboose. Yeah, and the thing about it is with that treaty, with that Bern Treaty, if I understand, like I've heard about a little bits about it, but if I understand it correctly,
Mm-hmm.
the Philippines. Hey, Wang, how you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh yeah.
The Philippines can actually, like the legal system in the Philippines can actually extradite him from the United States, pull his ass out of the United States, bring him to court in the Philippines, not put him up in a hotel room. The only hotel room he's going to be put up in is going to have bars on the door.
Yep.
So that, if I'm not mistaken, that Bern Treaty works that way. And the thing about it is Canada has the same kind of treaty with a lot of other countries.
Oh yeah.
So
he better watch what he does and says, because
he doesn't realize. Well, either he doesn't realize or he's just too dumb to understand that doing what he was doing what he's doing, and then apparently he's going to continue because he came back with an even nastier attitude.
Wow.
Oh yeah, like on Reality Check Files video.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he was
it.
all like cocky and confident. Hey bitches, I'm back. It's like,
yeah,
oh, great. It is alive.
He's like the cockroach that will never die.
Yep. Oh
like,
yeah.
Oh,
Wang, I've got some bad news. My chocolate hamburger broke.
And what I'm surprised.
It caused me tears.
I'm surprised that he hasn't tried going after Wang.
For what?
For anything.
Go ahead. What's he gonna do? How's he gonna attack Wang's channel? Basically, go through her videos and say, like go through all of her videos and say, well, I don't agree with the woman's ability to be an expert on a woman's advice.
Like, and he's so chauvinistic. He says, "Oh, you shouldn't listen to a woman about women." Like, dude, you are such an idiot.
Yeah, and I tried to say it when he was on your channel. You know, like if you don't get the other perspective and then put the two together, you're never going to get the right answer. You have to have both sides of the equation if you want to get the answer to the math problem. So
Yeah.
it is wise to have a few women that you can trust, or have a few people of the opposite sex that you can trust. And we're talking about this moron called Numbnuts, who likes to attack women verbally, and the guy's just a total douchebag. Actually, a douchebag has more uses than this guy, but that's neither here nor there. But as I was saying, if you don't have friends that are members of the opposite sex that you can trust in getting information on what the other side might be thinking, then it's going to be kind of hard to understand where your relationship is going if you can't get into the mind of the other person.
Alert. You sent.
Hey, Shangy, how you doing?
H-O-L-O-L-D space A-R-E-Y-O-U.
Yeah. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. You know, if you think that you can go on YouTube and talk crap about another creator and people aren't going to say something to you, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, if you think you're going to go on and just start bashing everybody and
Mhm.
not expect that in return to yourself,
Mhm.
then you need a good hard look in the mirror,
Mhm.
because
Oh yeah.
what you give is what you receive.
Yep. And he knows better than to come by this channel. He knows.
Now that I'm on, now that I got a decent enough computer that I can handle the load.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll fucking cam up, but I ain't doing it on his channel,
No, because he'll try to talk over you
and
and
I'm not
shit.
letting him come on. I'm not letting him come up on my channel.
Mm-mm.
Oh hell no! Because the thing about it is, I'll be too hot with the button. Bye bye.
Well, he actually, Reality Check Files actually told me, don't ever let him up on your panel again.
No, because he'll insult your audience and keep you from telling them what he's saying wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you ask him a question, it could be a yes or no question. He's going to drive to Cincinnati on his way to Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
Now, meanwhile, he's in Florida. Okay, he hasn't got
Yeah.
that far to go, but he's going to go to Cincinnati before he hooks back around and crosses the Mexican border. Like, why do you take me all the way over there when the answer I was looking for is either 2 letters or 3 letters?
Yeah. And that's what he does. That's what he does. He doesn't, like, he tries to act like, have you ever noticed when he talks, let me ask you a question. That's the first thing he says. Let me ask you a question, RJ. Like, he tries to sound educated.
He may be educated, but it ain't in what he's trying to talk about.
No. It's not. It's not. And if you're going to base your whole life around a movie called The Matrix, where everybody's a beta, an alpha, a sigma, that's a bunch of hogwash, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I tried to watch The Matrix last week because they had it on TV. I was bored shitless, crazy kid.
Yeah.
I was so freaking bored. I changed the channel because I couldn't follow the movie at all. It was
Well, there
boring.
was a lot of it took a lot of visual effects for that movie. So I can understand why it would be boring for you because everything would be in descriptive audio, and it would be too hard to keep up with what was really going on. Like it's a whole lot easier to visually act it than it is to verbally tell you what they're doing.
Yeah.
So some of the descriptive audio about what's going on is going to get left out in order to keep the movie going.
Oh
So
yeah.
like a movie like that, that'd be hard to watch as as a visually challenged person.
Right.
So I can
Yeah.
understand why it would be kind of boring.
Oh
But
yeah.
still, in all, like the gist of the movie didn't have nothing to do with beta, sigma, alpha. It didn't have nothing to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it had everything to do with the possibilities of two different worlds meeting at the same time,
Yeah.
being in the world at the same time.
Oh yeah.
One is you're in a dreamlike state
Hmm.
and you're just alive to feed the to feed the corporation.
Yeah. So down in the description, there's a YouTube channel down there. Everybody go subscribe to it. It's my good friend Rosanika Davis. She just uploaded a YouTube short. I believe it was yesterday. So I'm hoping she'll get back into uploading more videos.
No, he is Filipino and I am okay right now. I am 52 years old. You're younger than me.
So go and check
52
that
years
channel
old?
out. Yeah. Huh?
Who is 52 years old?
Oh, you heard my reader? It was somebody on Messenger.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, somebody was talking to me on Messenger. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, go check out that channel in the channel description and go sub to her, guys, cuz she's at 64 subscribers and we're trying to get her up to 100. Cuz people cuz she's a good content creator, but it's just the getting her to
Getting her a
be
little bit more exposure.
getting her a little bit more exposure, getting her used to being on camera more, not being so shy.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's the thing. Like, and I've noticed, like with Filipinas, when you bring them to YouTube for the first time, they will be like, "Hi guys,"
Yeah.
like very shy because they're not used to it.
Yeah.
But once you get them to a point
Yeah. Once you
where,
break that egg,
oh yeah, yeah, like it's Wang, she's good. She's a good content creator because
oh
you've
yeah.
been helping her.
Well, I've just been giving her little tips, and then she's been running with them and making big time strides.
The Caboose Show.
Like I was just saying, like act like the camera is your best friend. And
Mhm,
if you have to, put a picture of your best friend underneath that camera. So
mhm,
this way here, you take a look at that camera and
mhm.
you see your best friend, and then you just talk to your best friend. You just tell your content to the best friend. And then when the video's all over, put the best, put that away someplace. And then that'll
Mhm.
help you get your confidence in front of that camera.
Oh yeah.
It's just like when I went on stage the very first time at
Mhm.
Yuck Yucks in Windsor. The manager said, "Start talking. Don't stop until your time is done. Otherwise, you're going to end up da 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 da." So I took his advice, and
Oh yeah.
then I started thinking, wait a minute, I got to put pauses in there, so this way here the audience has an opportunity to engage back with laughter.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, I'm just going to treat this like I was, like I was in work, and just tell the story the way that I told it at work. And that was, I left a pause for them to, grasp it, laugh, and then gone. And then I move on.
Oh yeah.
And I did that when I went on Ludo Dufour's stage. But the thing about it, there was 5 people in that audience,
Mm.
and they did not sit together.
So tell me the story about when you told your boss Happy Mother's Day. That was a funny story.
Okay, so I was working at this 401 restaurant in Tilbury as a teenager. Okay, this is going back 1990, I think it was 1991, and we were moving from Tilbury to the city I live in now. So I basically had to, basically quit that job, find a job in the city that I was moving to, because I was moving schools as well. Okay, because I was in grade 13. I was moving schools halfway through the school year. So I'm just out of the blue. I just kind of said, okay, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice. At the beginning of May, I gave my 2 weeks notice. And it just so happens that my very last day happened to be on Mother's Day. And the guy the manager of the store, or manager of this restaurant that I was a janitor for, he was a douchebag. Like, he basically, Mike reminds me of him. Like, he didn't care that I have a fear of ladders. Not walking under them, walking up them. Because I've fallen off of ladders before and it freaking hurts. And he wanted me to climb up these ladders and dust off the freaking dust off the top of the beams while people were eating in the under the tables. Hey, Eric, how you doing, buddy? And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And you can't make me do that because the Ontario labor law says that, if I feel unsafe, you can't make me do it. And I told you I don't feel safe on a ladder. I've fallen off of too many of them. So I'm not doing it. You can get somebody else to do it, but I'm not doing it. So he argued and argued and argued. And he goes, if you don't go up that ladder, I'm going to fire you. I says, if you fire me, guess what? I'm going to go to the labor board and I'm going to own your house by the time I'm done. So, it ended up in a really piss poor situation. I never went up. I threw the green book at him. Said, here. I gave him the page number and I told him, I said, you can read it. So there it is. So my very last day was Mother's Day. And he was leaving and I just happened to be outside having a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes walking out and I was on my break. He was walking out and he was on his way to his car and he's like, see you later. He thought I was coming in the next day, but my schedule was over that night. And I was like, I got nothing else to lose. I was like, hey, Martin. He goes, what? I said, Happy Mother's Day. And he looks back at me. He goes, but I'm a guy. I said, yeah, but you're a motherfucker to work for.
I wonder what
What's
his
he gonna do,
reaction.
fire me 3 hours before the end of my shift?
I wonder what his reaction was when you said that.
Oh, he was totally shocked that a 17-year-old kid would say that to a 35-year-old grown man. The guy was twice my age, and I says, Happy Mother's Day, but I'm a guy. Yeah, but you sure are a motherfucker to work for.
Oh shit! Could you? Could you just imagine if we? Could you just imagine if we'd have been in the Philippines and you'd have said that to numbnuts in front of P?
Yeah, on Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Go around and do monopod to P's mom and P and Lucy and all the gang.
Uh
You can go over to freaking Numbnuts and go, Happy Mother's Day. But I'm a guy. Yeah, you sure are a motherfucker.
huh.
I almost made my brother shit his pants while I was when I was driving one time. He fell asleep in my truck. Okay, my brand new truck when I bought it. And we were on our way up to the cottage. I'm driving and just kind of, and he falls asleep. I'm like, oh, you're great for conversation.
Uh huh.
So I'm sitting there cruising along, and all of a sudden, one of those transports drove by me, and it was towing another transport backwards. So the grill was facing me. And then he pulls up in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I got to do that. I can't help myself. When a stupid thought goes through my mind, it's either going to come shooting out the gaping hole in my face, or I'm just going to do it. So I pull up real close to this thing there, and I went like, and I just took my hand off my steering wheel, my right hand off my steering wheel. I put it against my brother's chest real quick. I went, no brakes. He wakes up and he sees this great big Mack truck grill right in front of us.
God.
He never fell asleep in the car after that. Not while I was driving, anyways. One time when I was how old was I? I was 21, and I was driving up to Owen Sound, and I'm sitting there driving along, and it's in the wintertime. Okay, so there's snow everywhere, and got a little bit of snow blowing and stuff like that. And I just got done having lunch at this place on my way up, and I get back out in my car and start it up, and off I take. And about not even like a quarter of a mile up the road, all of a sudden there's this dude. He's hitchhiking. I felt bad for the guy, so I pull over and I unlock the door, and the guy comes in and goes, "Oh, thanks a lot, man." I said, "Where you headed?" He goes, "I'm just headed up the road a little ways, up to the next town." I say, "Well,
Hey, Eric
I'm on my way
Kid.
through." What's up?
Hey, Eric Kid. If you like my content, please subscribe to my channel.
Yep.
Yeah,
everybody,
go ahead.
Give RJ a good like, and then a good thumbs up, and give
Thank
his
you,
channel
buddy.
a little bit of love there. And
Mm-hmm.
like I was saying, I picked this hitchhiker up, okay? And I said, "Well, you better put your seatbelt on." He goes, No, you don't need seatbelt on over here. I'm like, "No, you better put your seatbelt on." And I start going down the road, and he's still not putting his seatbelt on. I just looked over at him, and I was like, I got freaking tired of this. I grab a hold of the, it was a stick shift car. I grab a hold, just like nonchalantly, I grab a hold of the park brake. And I says, "Hey, put your seatbelt on. I want to show you something." I jacked the park brake. The back wheels locked up, and I slid the car sideways. And I was traveling sideways down the freaking highway at about 50 kilometers an hour. Right away, this guy's like, he snapped that seatbelt in there real quick. And I was like, "By the way, where were you heading?" He goes, "Right at this corner, right coming up." He wanted out. "Hey, man, put your seatbelt on. I want to show you something."
What? You probably couldn't do that now.
Oh, yeah. I can do it. Even though I haven't driven in 15 years, fuck it, I can do it.
I'll tell you what. When P was driving, remember when P was driving that car with Lucy? And she goes, "Oops, sorry, Luce."
Yeah, she ground the gears a little bit. Yeah, she was driving stick shift.
Damn.
No big deal.
Wow.
You know how I learned how to drive a stick shift?
I
bought one.
Oh, shit. I tell you what, I would most definitely trust P's driving.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I would trust P's driving over a few of the people that I know here in my city.
Uh-huh.
I would trust P's driving, and I've never been in P's vehicle over some of the people that I've been with.
Oh my God.
Some of the people I've been with, I was like, how on earth
did you get a driver's license?
Get a driver's license driving like this? I'm
And you know what's so weird though? She said a lot of Filipinos never learn how to drive,
yeah.
but she did because, and I think the only reason why she did, and this could be wrong, but it's probably because she lived in the West for a while.
That and uh okay, she is a goal-oriented person.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody with half the common sense of a flea would understand that because it's very poignant in her videos that she has a goal, she goes for it.
Excuse
Okay.
me.
So
Mm-hmm.
if your goal is to work your way out of a poverty situation by
Mm-hmm.
any means necessary,
Mm-hmm.
that means you have to have a whole lot of tools in your belt. Okay.
Mm.
You have to be able to try and go after them better paying jobs or that better paying business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you don't have all the tools necessary for getting that next advancement,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to get it until you get all the tools. Until you qualify with all the tools, you won't get that next advancement that you want. So it's best to get the tools in your
See, and
belt
that's what I like
beforehand.
about her. She's very like she don't put up with excuses.
No.
Because I've had a lot of Filipinos that I'll talk to on Facebook. Oh, I'm poor. I'm poor. I can't do this. I can't do that. Blah blah blah. But I need money. Do you have money? I'm like, yeah. It's called getting off of your butt and getting a job.
Yeah.
If the Filipina P can do it, you can too.
Yep.
But I'm not Filipina P. I'm not a vlogger. I said you don't have to be a vlogger.
Hey, Colin.
I said, and some of these, because I'm in a lot of Facebook groups with Filipinos,
Yeah.
and some of these young Filipino women, they they just want the security of a foreigner. But when you really start talking to them and you start asking them questions, and you find out that, well, um, for example, my mom wants me to have a foreigner boyfriend or whatever because a foreigner will take care of me. I'm like, well, if that's your only reason, then don't go for a foreigner
Yeah.
because that's not what this is about.
Yeah. Your lifestyle isn't his responsibility.
Mm-hmm. And your situation isn't his responsibility.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, and what a lot of these families do, and I think P's even brought this up. What a lot of them will do is they will leave home and go to a foreign country like Dubai or one of these other countries, and some people can't handle it.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. Like I've heard that in Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
um, it's not a very well liked place for the Filipinos to go because they really don't. They work the people way too hard and
They
they
do.
don't give them any respect.
They do. They do. They work them so hard because I had a girl. In fact, her name was Lynn, and I was interested in this girl. And she worked in Dubai for 8 years for this woman. And when I was talking to her, she told me, she goes, RJ, she goes, I hate this place. I hate it because she goes, and she started crying. She goes, I begged my madam, because that's what they call their boss over there, their madam. She goes, I begged my madam to let me go home because my mom was dying, and she said no. And my mom died, and I never got to say goodbye to my mom.
You know, I would have told that lady,
Mm,
I'm taking my next paycheck.
mm.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah. But see, and a lot of Filipinos are non-confrontational. They
Yeah.
just put up with it.
And the thing about it is, some country, some cultures, some other
Mm.
cultures like Dubai,
Mm-hmm.
India, and, whatever like that,
Mm-hmm.
they take advantage of the situation.
They do.
Yeah,
That's why.
conservative Colin says, "You don't work, you don't eat." That's right.
See, and that's the thing. That's the thing is that's what I even told. That's what I even told Rosany. I told her because she's thinking about going overseas, and I told her. I said, whatever you do not go to Dubai.
Mm.
Do not go to Dubai. You can go to any other country except Dubai
Yep.
because they mistreat people over there.
Yep. If you're gonna go someplace, go Canada, United States, and I'd say that's pretty much about it.
Oh yeah.
Because at least in Canada, United States, they'll treat you the way that you want them to treat you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, and there's laws
Mm-hmm.
that have to be followed very strictly
Mm-hmm.
for employers to employees.
Mm-hmm.
So, like just like when I was working for this uh, Egyptian
Mm-hmm.
who had a business over here,
Mm-hmm.
was selling vacuum cleaners.
Star comment.
He didn't advertise it as selling vacuum cleaners. He advertised it as like sales representative.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like, like, oh, you're going to be a sales representative for an automotive industry.
Mm-hmm.
And then his whole pitch to the client
Mm-hmm.
wasn't, I've got this superior machine
Mm-hmm.
to clean your house.
Mm-hmm.
It was, oh, you just won a lucky draw. Here's the envelopes. And every single one of them envelopes was filled with 5 free carpet cleanings.
Mm-mm-mm.
None of them had anything to do with the prizes that they mentioned.
Mm.
Trip to Hawaii, $1,000 in cash, yada 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 yada. It was every single one of them was carpet cleaning.
So he was scamming, right?
He was scamming them.
Wow.
If you wanted one of the other bigger prizes, you had to negotiate that in the purchase price of the unit.
Mm.
So, like it was when I realized everything that was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and then when he didn't pay us our month salary that month, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, this shit's not happening. So I ended up, I was actually managing 2 outlets like 150 miles apart. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I told them, on my way out, I said, we don't get paid. We don't work. You don't do shit until I show up at the office. I don't care if you're sitting there for 2 or 3 or 4 hours. We're having a meeting before we do anything. So I showed up on a Monday
Mm-hmm.
at the Orangeville office,
Mm-hmm.
had our meeting. It was only about an hour-long meeting.
Mm-hmm.
I basically told them, you don't sell shit unless you sell it for cash. Cold, hard cash. You don't do credits. You don't do freaking credit cards. You do cash. If somebody whips out their credit card, you tell them, go to the bank, get the money, come back, get cash. We're having problems with people's credit cards. So they went out and that's all they did. If they sold a machine, it was for cash. I went to my office in Owen Sound. I did the exact same thing. Don't sell it unless it's for cold, hard cash. $100 bills. At the end of that week, I had enough in cash sales from the units that we had in those 2 offices to pay every single person for the month pay that they were not given, and told them, you're done. You're done. You're done. You're done. Don't come back tomorrow. that's paid up all the way till now. And I paid every single one of them for
Mm.
their month salary
Mm-hmm.
all the way up to the final day. And when it was all done or when it was all done and said, and all the money had been given out,
Mm-hmm.
there was enough money left over for a full tank of gas so I could get home.
Damn.
I never got paid for that month.
Wow. So what ended up happening to the guy?
Oh, I shut those 2 offices down and told him to go fuck himself.
Oh.
He's like, "Why? What are you doing? What do you what happened to all those sales?" I said, "Those sales paid the wages that you did not. Those
Ooh.
people have all been paid up. I have not. So you owe me $3,000. And you're going to have to find all brand new people to fill those offices." So he ended up shutting those businesses down. He never ended up giving me my last week's pay or my last month's pay.
Mm. I wonder if he got the hell out of Canada.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because when I quit,
Mm-hmm.
I had to report I quit at the unemployment office.
Mm-hmm.
And the reasons why I quit was because I did not receive my last month pay.
Ooh.
And I told him, you need to pay me this,
Mm-hmm.
or the government's going to come after you.
Oh.
And soon as he heard the government was coming after him, he skipped out of town, closed all his offices, and he was gone.
Mm.
He was on the first plane back to Egypt.
Damn.
Yep.
Well, and and they might do that stuff over there, but they think they can come over here to America and Canada and, oh, this is how we do it in my country. No, you are in
not
our
in
country.
your country.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You are in my country.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do things the way we've been doing them.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't start adopting that shit, there's a plane that goes back to your country every
Mhm.
day.
Yep.
You can be on one of them.
Yep. Well, it's just like in Philippines.
If you're
They-
not willing to abide by the laws, the customs, the
Mhm.
traditions, and be respectful to the people that live there
Exactly.
all the time, then yeah, there's a plane that leaves the
Mhm.
Philippines
Yeah.
constantly. Be on one of them. I don't care where it sends
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Be on
And
one of them.
we had.
As far as I'm concerned, people like that, you could go to the fucking
I
moon
remember
for all
one
I care.
time I was at church and these 2 Filipinos, and I love Filipinos to death. You know this. But these 2 Filipinos were speaking in Tagalog. And I politely asked them, "What are you guys doing?" "Oh, we're speaking in Tagalog." And I said, "So, where are you?" And I said, "Are you in the Philippines?" I said, "No. Are you in the Philippines?" And they said, "No." I said, "Where are you?" Well, we're in the United States. I said, "Well, then you can speak English when you're in this church."
Yeah, when you're out in
And
public, you speak English. When
and
you're behind your closed doors at your apartment or your home, fuck, I don't care what.
and
I
I
don't care if you
said
speak
and
like
I
fucking
said
Martian.
and one of the Filipinos that was standing next to me said in plain English, "He's right. You are disrespecting his country.
Yep.
Speak English." She told him that in Tagalog. She translated it. She said, "You're right, RJ. They should be speaking English. They're here in America. They need to speak English."
Yep.
When in public.
Yeah. If you're in public, you have to speak what the public is speaking.
Exactly.
Because if you're asking for information and you ask me, like, we got a bunch of Filipinos here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And great people. Like, The
They are.
happiness meter just went up a little bit because there's not quite that many of them, but there are quite a few of them. But when they're in their job, they speak English. But when they're out on the street, they revert back to Tagalog, Visayan,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm at the point in my own mental state that if you go to another country, whether it be to work or to migrate to,
Mm-hmm.
you should make the effort, at least make an effort
Mm-hmm.
to learn the language in that area.
Exactly.
At least something to get by. What you speak in your own home,
Mm-hmm. That's
totally
your
up to you.
business.
That's your domain. That's your
Exactly. Well, see, and
your
that's
bubble.
just like my dad. That's just like my dad, and I understand what he was saying because one day, my mom asked me. She goes, "Well, RJ, are you studying your Spanish?" I said, "Yeah, Mom, I'm studying my Spanish." And my dad piped up, and he goes, "Why the fuck are they making my son learn Spanish?" He goes, "Why are they making you learn Spanish, RJ? Why?" I said, "That's just a requirement for me to graduate." He goes, "I think it's bullshit." He goes, "What language do you speak?" "English." He goes, "Speak English." He goes, "Frankly, I don't give a damn if you get an F in the class because you're an American."
Yep. See, when they asked me what my second language was going to be for
Mm-hmm.
when I went into high school,
Mm-hmm.
I said I'm still working on the first one. You know?
See,
They're like,
and
no, you got to pick a second language. I says, okay, sign language, and I shot the middle finger to them.
that's a good one.
They said, no, you have to be able to speak a second language. And I said, okay, English. I want to understand what the fuck these people are talking about at the Chinese restaurants. Oh, you want fried rice with that? Said, huh?
But see, and here's the thing, like, and we're gonna hit on numbnuts a little bit here, but like numbnuts is saying, like he'll say, "Oh, well, if you go to the Philippines, you have to learn Tagalog. It's essential."
No, it isn't.
And then you've got P saying, "We speak English here."
Yeah, 95% of the people there in the populated areas speak
Speak
English
English.
quite well.
Mm-hmm. So it just goes to show the guy really doesn't know what he's talking about.
He really doesn't give a shit about what information he's giving people.
Mm-hmm. He don't.
Yeah, like as far as going to the Philippines, if I was able to go to the Philippines right now,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to learn a little bit of Tagalog or Visayan,
Mm-hmm.
whichever area I end up, migrating to the most, whether it be
Mm-hmm.
Dumaguete or Manila.
Yeah.
But I would; those are the two main areas where I'd want to go anyway.
Mm.
But I would try and learn at least, some phrases so that I don't look like a complete bupkis.
Mm-hmm.
Like, phrases like, will you point me to the restaurant or the restroom, the
Mm-hmm.
comfort room?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. I'm not saying don't learn any, but
yeah.
don't. But see,
Or
he
have a
doesn't.
nice day.
But see, he doesn't teach you. He doesn't teach you like your normal Tagalog. He's teaching people dirty words
Yeah.
in
He's only
Tagalog.
like, and the thing about it is he isn't teaching people anything. He just tells you what word is the most offensive
Speak English. 10
to another Filipino,
Mm-hmm.
so that this way here, that's the only thing that you know is the most offensive thing that you can say to those people.
Mm-hmm.
So you go over there and go, "Hey, bud,"
Yeah.
and then have every one of them wanting to chop your fucking head off,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got the machete to do it.
Yeah.
Like, he isn't really helping his
Wh-
audience
And,
at all.
why would you? And why would you? Why would you even teach people like in the way he spoke to Angel, to that girl Angel when he did that, when he uploaded that short? Oh
I
my
didn't see
god!
this short. I don't pay attention to his channel
Ugh.
because I see enough of that moron on Reality Check Files.
Oh, Bylat Vendor actually gave me Angel's channel. She's a really smart person, really smart, and I can see why.
Is she roasting the shit out of him?
No, it's she just has 4 videos up there, I think.
3 of them being his phone conversation with her.
No, I don't even think it was her. I think it was somebody else.
I
'Cause
think it was her doing it up on a totally different channel. Mainly just to show his audience. And if it was her, I really, really wish she would have put everything that he said in Tagalog in English. This way here, when it gets put out,
Oh,
and the English Tagalog translation is done by somebody who lives in the Philippines and knows both languages. Okay.
I wouldn't be
Translates that and then shows how much he's disrespecting his own audience. Oh my god, I can almost imagine the crash,
Could you
bang,
just
boom.
could you just imagine if the Filipino piece said, "Yeah, I'll do it," which she probably wouldn't, but
What? Do the translation?
yeah.
Not publicly. She would do it for probably court. She would do it for probably her own personal.
Yeah. Oh well, she's she's already seen those videos.
Yeah, I know that.
So, I mean, and if she has already seen them, then she knows what
she knows what both sides is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
I also have another friend of mine
that
lives in the Philippines who speaks Tagalog. Translated those for me. And that's how I found out about it. That's how I found out about the. Oh, I'll delete as many videos as you wanted me to delete off, just to make you feel comfortable. Oh, my subscribers are nothing but beta men that they need my help to get laid in the
Philippines. They need your
they don't need your help.
They don't need nothing from your bitch ass. Like,
you don't need his help. All they got to do is just go there, and if all they're looking for is a little bit of slide, go to the bar. Make sure you've got freaking a stack of cash because you're about to lose it all. Make sure you got a stack of cash and start buying drinks for women.
yeah.
And you'll be getting as much tail as you can afford.
Yeah, like
as soon as your money runs out, so does the tail.
And
so all you want to do is go to get some laid. You want to go and get laid? Go to the bar. Go to the Why Not?
Yeah.
You're gonna find all kinds of lot lizards over there.
Well, I'll tell you what. I was thinking, somebody had said something, and I can't remember who it was, but it was on Reality Check Files' comment section, that the only reason why that Numbnuts is going after P as much as he is because she more than likely rejected him. And I really wanted to say, I don't think P would have touched that guy with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, put it this way here. How am I going to put this?
Let's
The
just put
idea of her pole vaulting on him
Mm,
probably disgusted her so much that it would be like pole vaulting on George Washington if you dug him up out of the grave.
mm. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, because the guy is fucking repulsive. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. I'm sorry, but that bag of chips is stale.
Well, people have already told me he's fat.
Yeah.
I
I'll
mean,
bet you that guy, I don't know how tall he is. Okay.
mhm,
But I
mhm.
saw a picture, I saw a video of him in his pool. Okay. Somebody leaked a video of him in his pool.
Oh shit.
And the frontal mountain on this guy, apparently, he took the term, if you got a good tool, you put a roof over it, to an extreme that goes well far and beyond just a roof. Like this guy here, he put the whole freaking Mount Everest over it. And like the old saying, or the saying, like if you're having
Damn.
sex with a really fat girl, you got to throw flour on it just to find a wet spot.
Yep.
She's got more rolls in a bakery. Same thing goes with him. You got to freaking do a workout just to get to it. Like push that flab forward. Oh, there it is. You said it was big.
So, here's the thing. Many of you beta men, you listen to the Filipina P, and you go to the Philippines, you're not going to know what to do.
Yeah, you are. Get off the fucking plane. Go through immigration. They're waiting
yeah,
for you
like
as soon as you
what
walk
the
through the door.
hell? But crazy kid, the Filipina P is giving people such misinformation, and she's a lying bitch.
No, she's giving information, and she's a miss. You got those two words backwards.
But I'm MYK Philippine Journey. I know what I'm talking about, crazy kid. You know nothing because you listen to the Filipina P.
I know nothing? Really?
Yeah.
So, the Filipina P, Rebuty, Paul the Old Dog New Tricks, Rike, Bud Brown, who am I missing? It's Wing.
Oh yeah.
And
it's Wang.
Chismar. And
it's Wang. It's Wang. Who's that?
Yeah, but
Like,
and then there's one more. Mike's Philippine Retirement.
Oh
Okay?
yeah, I like that guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
He is cool.
He's funny. But all them vloggers,
Uh-huh.
and they're all, and Geo. Okay.
Yeah, Geo. Yep.
Now they're all saying the same thing, and it just so happens the same thing they're all saying
Mm-hmm.
Mike doesn't agree with. So Mike says they're all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's count the votes here.
Mm-hmm.
There's 9 people saying that one thing, and
Mm.
only him saying this. I'm going to lean towards the people that A, live there,
Mm-hmm.
B, are all saying the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because, what's the old saying? There's safety in numbers.
Yep.
You know,
Exactly.
out of 10 people, 9 of them are all saying, this is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you remember those old commercials? 9 out of 10 dentists agree that Colgate is the number one.
Oh yeah.
Crest is the number one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. 9 out of 10 dentists that were polled. Now, mind you, the other company did the exact same poll, but found 9 out of 10 dentists that liked their product better. So, 9 out of 10 can go any way you want to go. So, I found 9 people that all say the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Mike is saying they're lying. All those people are lying, and only he knows the difference. Now, or he knows what it's really like in that country that's
Mm-hmm.
on the other side of the fucking planet
Mm-hmm.
from where he's actually at.
Yeah.
Now, those 9 people are in that country where they're talking about what it's
They
like.
live there. They
They live there. Okay. And he's on the other side of the fucking planet.
let
Literally 12 time zones away.
well, not only that, okay? Let's say, like, if you put all these people in a courtroom and you put them in front of a jury and, you call all 9 of these people as witnesses up to the stand. First, P. Is this the way it is in the Philippines? Yes, it is. Geo, is this the way it is in the Philippines? Yes, it is. Paul, is this the way it is in the Philippines? Yeah, down the list. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then you call Mike. And then you call Mike, and he goes, no. Who is that jury going to believe? They're going to believe the 9 people.
Yeah. They're going to go case dismissed after number 6.
Yeah.
Already you're outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
Logic says.
Well, I mean, it's just like if
this is the way it is. That's the way it is.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that
he's
kid.
Been there a few times.
Yeah.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's just like that kid the kid that pushes little Johnny down the stairs, and little Johnny goes to the teacher and says, oh, well, James pushed me down the stairs, and James says, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Well, you've got Jackson over here, says, yes, he did. Then you got Cleo, says, yes, he did. Then you have Margie that says, yes, he did. Then you have Jimmy that says, yes, he did. Who do you think the teacher's going to believe? The 4 kids.
Yeah.
Over the 1.
Yeah.
That it happened. And you're also going to believe the victim that it happened.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the guy has no credibility at all.
Nope. None.
None.
And he wonders why, freaking, why I make fucking jokes about how stupid he's being.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally, he couldn't have been a bigger target if he'd have ran for presidency.
Oh my God!
Can you imagine that?
If he ran for president,
running for president with all the comedians in the United States, just ready to rip his ass up? You think on that while I go for a smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You think about freaking Eddie Murphy, Russell Peters, Fluffy.
Oh, Russell Peters would.
Bill Burr. All ripping his ass up. I'll be right back.
Russell, Come and do the dishes. Fuck you, Dad.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
What the hell did you just say to me? Do I look like Ryan's mom? Somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Y'all gotta watch Russell Peters. He's funny as hell. Russell Peters is funny as hell. He's like, oh shit. Russell Peters is like one of those comedians that you just can't get enough of. Phew. So anyway,
Edit text. W. YouTube.
if you want to be successful on YouTube, okay, first off, consistency, of course. You got to be consistent with your content. Okay? Post consistently. Don't wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks unless you're PewDiePie. Okay? You're a small creator, so you're really going to have to hit the grindstone with it, right? So
Skip next. Search.
that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to really hit the grindstone with this stuff, y'all.
Press search plus space tag.
Okay? So,
Raising it 904. Jocelyn Rafanen uploaded. So cute ellipsis dance action. Kazonian Aqua.
anyway,
Watch Rhea Helmo 8 action. Menacing threats.
this is the thing.
BNS 1
Okay.
action. Govinda Sanu action. Fire Nitro action.
A lot of you guys,
Fire Nitro Freak Fire is live. Let's check out a new RC and do some red action. Arabella's blog is live.
a lot of you guys think
John Cole upload action. James Jive
that you
action.
can just
Watch James Jive action. Divine Mercy
go live.
Reality check files uploaded. Big Head and P2 short 6 hours ago.
Oh,
Link.
well, speaking of reality check files, he just uploaded another short.
Action. No Faults is live. Destiny Forever action. Favor Farming is live.
Wow.
Rosie Wren, the Queen of What action. Divine Mercy action. Divine Mercy.
So guys, if you really want to
StreamYard.
be successful on YouTube, be consistent, but also make sure that when you upload a video and somebody comments on your video, make sure that you reply to the person's comment. Engage with your people. I don't know how many YouTubers I come across when you comment on their video, they're not engaging in their comment section. You've got to engage in your comment section. It's very, very important. It is very, very important that you engage with people in your comment section because they're there to support you. And when you tell them, hey, I'm going to do a video, make sure that you try to keep that promise as best you can. If you tell them, okay, my next video, I'm going to talk about this, you'd better make damn sure that you upload that video as soon as possible. Okay? Now, look, I know people have to work. I get that. But when you get some time, make sure that you record a video and you upload it just like you said you would.
Yeah, I try, but sometimes I can't.
Well, I know. No. I'm talking to people that are just beginning. But you know that's the thing, and come up with ideas that see. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's hard for me to come up with ideas. Come up with something creative that nobody's ever done
Private chat.
or no one's ever thought of because you don't know how people would take it.
Even let me add something to that. You could even go with a topic that's running really well
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and do your own spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
Button. Not pressed.
You know, maybe the content creator that is putting out that video or putting out that content,
Mm-hmm.
maybe they didn't they didn't know about a certain thing that you knew about that certain topic, you could do a video adding that.
Oh yeah.
So, like it doesn't hurt to see what's trending
Mm-hmm.
and see if you can expand on it.
Oh yeah. Well, like the Passport Bros. Everybody's been doing videos on the Passport Bros.
I even did one.
Yeah, I know. And the thing is, like, some people they get a lot of views doing the Passport Bros topic, but some people, it just depends.
Some people don't.
Some people don't. Yeah. Like, and who started the whole Passport Bros thing?
Actually, it started a long time ago. It started back in the 40s and 50s.
No. I mean, talking about it on YouTube that we know of.
Geez.
P.
No, it was done before. It was a thing before even P mentioned it.
Mm.
It was good. It'd been going on for years.
Mm.
But the thing about it is, the only ones that are getting any notoriety
Mm-hmm.
are the ones doing the bad things.
Mm.
You don't see people like Dalton, who is the prime example, poster child of
Mhm.
what the Passport Bro community
Mm.
is all about.
Yeah.
Okay, to
Yeah.
go to a country where you can set up your roots,
Mm-hmm.
retire, and live the rest of your life on the pension that you receive,
Mm.
or less than the pension that you receive,
Mm-hmm.
and live a happy life,
Yeah.
abiding by the laws,
Mm-hmm.
respecting the culture, respecting the traditions, respecting the people.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing the prime example of
Mm.
what the Passport Bro community is all about. But the only
Exactly.
ones that actually make the news that these news hounds
Mm-hmm.
watch are the people that are going to the Philippines and ending up dead. And then they're
Oh
coming
yeah.
up with their own fantastic reasons why they ended up dying.
Well,
Meanwhile, it could have been like, in their sleep they got bit by a cobra.
Show comment and
Like, oh well, chalk another one up to nature,
yeah, and here's the thing. It's just like Numbnuts told me one time. He goes, "Oh, well, people go to Dumageddon to die." Like,
People go to
what?
Florida to die too.
Yeah.
Like you got to pick your poison. Like
really? Come on.
fires, floods, earthquakes,
Like,
tornadoes.
what? Just because a lot of expats go to Dumageddon does not mean they're going there to die.
No, they're going there to live the rest of their life.
Yeah.
They're going to find out what life is really all about. They're going to expand their horizons and expand their knowledge of the world. They're going to enjoy another culture and learn another culture. So I say, hats off to those guys. And so what if they find more than they bargained for? If they go there looking for, an expansion of knowledge of the world, expansion of knowledge of other cultures, expansion of knowledge of other traditions, expansion of, being in a totally different seasonal environment. If they find, a partner who is willing to share their life with that expat, and in a mutually beneficial relationship, then great. That's fantastic for them.
Yeah.
I hope it happens to me sometime.
Yeah, and see, the thing is, every Tuesday and Friday at 8 a.m. sharp, my computer's on, and I'm listening to the P.
Yep.
because look, I may never go to the Philippines, but I still listen to her content.
Yeah, me
Why?
too.
Because I enjoy it.
Yeah, because it's educational,
Mm-hmm.
it's funny, it's entertaining,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
and she has a way of presenting material that
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to comprehend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why I like the Filipina P.
Yeah.
You know, her content was the number one reason why I watched every one of her videos at least
Mm-hmm.
once.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
has nothing to do with her being a pretty woman
Or her.
in my eyes, in my
See,
opinion.
and that's another thing that Mike doesn't understand.
Well, he doesn't care to
He
understand.
doesn't care to understand it because he is jealous of her success.
Yeah.
And I've said it before. He's jealous because she's successful and he's not. And it all comes down to attitude.
Yep.
If P was doing the amount of cursing in her videos that he does,
She wouldn't have three.
she
She wouldn't
wouldn't
have
be
3
where
quarters of her freedom.
she wouldn't be where she's at now.
Nope.
I mean, the woman actually goes out of her way to educate people. She goes out of her way not just to educate people, but to help her own community.
Yep.
And
And
it's
she
just
goes
like
out
what.
of her way to entertain people as well.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay,
And
like you got to admit, her videos, they're funny.
yeah,
Like,
but see, like the thing is this. Like, remember when Mike asked me, "Well, RJ, I help men. What have you done? Tell me, what the fuck have you done? You've done nothing. I help men." No, you don't.
no,
What have you done except bash a vlogger whom you're never going to meet, who's never going to meet you? You bash her mom.
yeah,
You bash
her country.
her country. Like, and then you dare ask me, what the fuck have I done?
Yeah.
I have a doctorate degree. What do you have? I mean, and he could reply, "Oh, big deal, big deal."
Yeah.
Dude,
No matter what you say you've done, he's
uh-huh.
gonna say big deal, big deal. You
Uh-huh.
know why?
Cuz he's jealous.
No, it's not because he's jealous.
Mm.
Because he is only interested in tearing people apart.
Mm.
He's not interested in helping people.
Mhm.
He's only interested in tearing people apart.
Mm.
So, being that as it may,
Mhm.
when he says, "What have you done?"
Mhm.
That's when I would kind of reply, "It doesn't matter what I have done. It's what I am doing
Mhm.
and what I am not doing.
Mm.
I am not ripping apart somebody to get views.
Mm.
I am not,
Group layout.
bashing somebody's mother just to keep my audience entertained. Okay. I am not lying to people
Mhm.
to
Exactly.
get people to be on my side.
Mhm.
When everything that he has done and every lie that he has told basically spells out that the only thing that he's on YouTube for
Mm.
is to A, create controversy, and B, to get views.
Yep. And you look at some of his videos, they're not getting views.
No,
They're not
because
getting
even his audience is really getting tired of him.
Mhm.
Like having a controversial channel,
Mhm.
a channel that's built off of controversy,
Mhm.
only works for a short period of time.
Oh yeah.
Whereas you look at a channel like the Filipina P,
Mhm.
hers is about entertainment,
Mhm.
education,
Yeah.
and showing that there are good people in the world.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
One. Look at it this way.
that
Even
kind of channel is going to last a lifetime.
even Helga Babushka. You know, she's entertaining, but she don't get a whole lot of views on her videos.
Oh,
She don't get a whole lot of views on her videos, and he was going after her too.
yep.
That's how I found out about Helga Babushka. Was from Numbnuts. Going
I
after
found
her.
out about Helga Babushka. She was on somebody else's channel.
Mm-hmm.
It was before she was on the Peas channel.
Average Man Unplugged, I believe.
Yeah, and I was like, this lady's she's got her shit together, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I found out that she's in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay,
Yeah.
she understands both cultures because she lives in
Mhm.
Canada now, but she was born and raised in the Philippines.
Yeah.
But she only knows like freaking the Western Canada kind of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Canada is a big country,
Oh,
second
yeah.
largest in the entire world by landmass.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's a lot of area between British Columbia and where I'm at in Central Ontario,
Mm-hmm.
or actually Southwestern Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there's still more going to the east. Okay, like you
Oh,
go
yeah.
from where I'm at to Halifax, the differences in the culture is mind blowing.
Mm.
Okay, like I've got a friend that's in Halifax,
Mm-hmm.
and let me tell you, she's told me some stuff, and I was like, even though we're from the same country, it almost seems like we're from different planets
Man.
because the difference in culture is something.
Mm. And boy, don't piss off a French Canadian. Woo!
Oh, and guess what I am?
You're French Canadian.
Yeah. Yeah, like I watched this video about don't or Canadians are nice until they go to war.
Oh.
And this guy laid it out. Okay.
Mm. Yeah.
He was talking about this general, or not general, but this captain.
Mm-hmm.
The Germans in World War I basically killed all his friends in
Mm.
this town.
Mm.
And he was sitting there, he's got a broken arm, he's got 2 broken legs, and he's got a broken back.
Damn.
And this fucking guy took over the town by himself
Oh.
because he was pissed off that the Germans killed his friends.
Oh, shit.
And they tried to give him a Medal of Honor, okay, and a
Uh-huh.
Medal of Valor. But the guy that was going to, the general that was going to give him the medals, he
Uh-huh.
didn't respect him, so he refused the medals.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, nah, I don't respect this guy. I'm not taking the medals from him. Fuck him. So then World War II comes along. This guy's now a general.
Oh, shit.
Okay. He went up the ranks just by this action. They freaking, they're like, oh, you're captain? No, not anymore. General.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're skipping some steps. General.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the lead of this battalion. And he said that there was like 5, him and 5 of his troop went to
Mhm.
this town, and they were in there partying, and all of a sudden the Germans started invading, and they backed them off, and there was like 1,000 Germans, and these 5 guys backed these guys off,
Mm.
and then they ended up giving them the freaking Medal of Valor, the Medal of Honor, the Purple Heart. They started pinning all these medals on him, and it was actually a guy that this dude respected. So he says, all right, pin him on my chest. Go for it. Whatever. When are we going for a beer?
You'll have to find that video and send it to me. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
But
and the thing about it is in World War One, some of the rules of war were written because of the Canadians were so vicious. We didn't put up with shit. We're like, oh, we're going to war? Kill the enemy? Fucking right. We're on it. These guys went over there, and all of a sudden they had their peacetime for Christmas.
mhm.
So what we ended up doing is giving them gifts of bombs, time bombs, with just enough time to get them back to their freaking their camps
Mhm.
before they exploded.
That's fucked up.
This is going to end the war.
Oh, what's this? Unwrap it. Unwrap it. Boom.
Yep. And then alongside of with their grenades, they tape freaking some nails and stones and shit like that. They tape that to the grenades and then that would give extra shrapnel to go around for more people.
Oh.
And if they saw any wounded, nah, we're not taking any prisoners. We're not feeding
Wow.
you guys.
Mm.
And when it came to D-Day, the
Mhm.
Battle of Normandy,
Yep.
okay, it was decided between UK and the United States that Canada go first.
Oh.
And we
Mm.
only sent like 3/4 of our forces
Mhm.
in, okay, into the battle, because we
Mhm.
had another quarter that had to do another mission around the back.
Mhm.
And so we went around and didn't do this other mission around the back. And we're like, okay, we got this done. Let's go over and find out what they're doing over there. And then flank them. They didn't
Damn.
come back and go through the boats and then go in the same way everybody else is going. No, I'm just going to cut through here. Why go back on the boat? We're already on land. Let's go.
Yep.
But there was another World War II story that this guy was talking about. Oh shit. But it was a funny video. I was sitting there laughing my ass off. Like it was heart throbbing, because in one sense, you're talking about freaking, that's war. People died. Oh,
Mhm.
he was saying that out of all the allies in
Mhm.
the campaigns
Mhm.
for that the Canadians were the wars that we were in,
Mhm.
he says by percentage. Okay, now let me remind you, the Americans and the UK, as soon as
Mhm.
they found out they had Canadian soldiers on board, they put
Mm.
us out first. So we're basically frontliners. By percentage, the Canadians lost fewer men than United States and the UK by percentage of what we brought over. We only lost like 20%, whereas United States, they lost like 35.
Mhm.
UK lost like 40 some odd
Mm.
percent of their forces, but we
Mhm.
only lost like 20%. And we were always thrown into the freaking battle first. Like, hey,
Mm.
we need some ammunition. Bring it on up.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
Yeah. Don't if Canadians, if you got Canadian soldiers on
Mm.
your soil and
Mm.
they're at war with you, don't piss them off.
Man.
No, you can put your hands up all you want. That don't matter. No. You hand them a beer, you hand them a hockey puck, and you hand them maple syrup.
Oh. Wow.
And it better be the real stuff.
Woo. I don't know. I don't know who to piss. Who numbnuts would piss off worse? A Canadian or a Filipino?
I think his worst probably his worst person or worst country to piss off would be Canada. For the simple fact that we share the same landmass.
Uh huh.
So if we want to go get them, we're going to get them.
Mm.
And we'll get them at nighttime. If it comes down to, like he's public enemy number one,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to extradite him, and we have the paperwork to extradite him, yeah, we're gonna go and we're gonna bust his door down, and we're gonna take him while he's still in his underwear. We're gonna march his ass out the door, and if he goes to bed, freaking, like commando, he ain't gonna get any chance to put no underwear on. They're just gonna put a jacket around his nether regions and march his ass out the door. Get him to the airport. He's still gonna be freaking handcuffed, and he's still gonna have that jacket on. He's not getting anything else. And then when they march his ass into the cell, then they're gonna fucking hose him down because they don't have to worry about changing his clothes. Then they're gonna hand him the clothes that he's gonna wear, and they're gonna be orange. We don't fuck around. When we go in to get somebody, they got gotten. If we know where they're at and we go in to get somebody, nothing's going to stop a Canadian from achieving their target.
Wow. And the United States and Canada have an extradition agreement.
Oh yeah. All you got to do is say, that's the guy we want. And then you go, okay, have fun. Go down within a couple of days, get him, come back to the border. That's the guy we got.
Yep.
Have a nice day.
Shit, they would fly him across the fucking border. I don't even think they'd take him by car.
Oh no, they'd probably take him by car. They'd drive him all the way up. Oh yeah, they're gonna give him a free plane.
Well, and I'm sure. What's the law? What's the law?
Lucky if they don't fucking go down there on a dog sled.
What's the laws? What's the laws concerning defamation in Canada?
Well, I'm not up and up on the civil laws. But criminally, yeah, he can be extradited. Oh yeah, if he crosses the wrong person, and they say, hey, I've had it with this guy. Freaking, I want to take him to court for defamation of character and criminally or criminal defamation of character. And then after that court date, and it's found that he, that's defamation of character. Go to civil. Okay, while he's here, as well.
Yeah.
Take him for everything that his next 20 generations alone. And then put his ass in prison. Where, Bubba is waiting for his next roommate.
Yep. And what Bubba wants?
Mike, you may be farting like now, but by the end of your sentence, your farts are going to sound like.
Yep. He needs to watch out because he talks about if he was to talk about its Wang, you would be on his ass, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, I'd be freaking all over him. Like the content that Wang or that Rowena does he has no, he would have no uh, way to, like, no business
Mm-hmm.
um, contradicting her, because if you watch, if you listen to Wang's videos, she's
Mm-hmm.
always like, "This is my opinion,"
Mm-hmm.
and I applaud her for that. This is my opinion keeps anything from, you know, everybody's has the right to their own opinion. And
Mm-hmm.
when you say this is my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
then that absolves any, like, oh, you got that wrong. You're a liar. No, this is my opinion. This is really my opinion. You can't say
Mm-hmm.
that I'm lying about my opinion, because my opinion is based upon my own feeling about that
Mm-hmm.
situation. You're saying
Mm-hmm.
that you know my feeling about that situation better than I do? Well, let's just see about that.
Well, he would probably attack her looks and all that.
Oh, go ahead. She's a beautiful woman. Go ahead.
Knowing him.
He would probably attack her, um, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it would probably have to go down to her clarity in English. Okay, her uh, consistent flow of English.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's very evident that English is not her native language.
Yeah.
And it's also evident that, and she says in her videos that, she had to quit school before she was done. So, to work and, help support the family and stuff. So her education isn't that advanced. Okay. And I'm not trying to knock her.
Mm-hmm.
She is doing a fantastic job with the knowledge of English that she has.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at the same time, the classes for English have evolved so much since she's been in school. The kids nowadays in school are that much more advanced in the knowledge of English, and the consistency of the pronunciations of the words.
Mm-hmm.
Back when she was in school, she's 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Back when she was in school, it was just really, swinging. They were just basically taking swings at it. Now, it's, you are going to learn English and you are going to speak it properly. Whereas back when she was going to school, it's like, you're going to learn how to speak English
Mm-hmm.
enough to, handle some of the viewers, or some of the flow of travelers.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Now it's, you're going to speak English fluently,
Mm-hmm.
or you're not going to graduate.
I mean, we'll see, and look at someone like P.
Yeah.
I mean, she.
She is eloquently fluent,
Mm-hmm.
but that's also, down to her work history and her dating history.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's dated foreigners, so
Mm-hmm.
she's gotten the linguist from them, like
Mm-hmm.
the practice in linguist from them.
Mm-hmm.
She worked at McDonald's, so she's bound to freaking. She was bound to freaking run into some English speaking people there.
Mm-hmm.
Even when her freaking manager said, "You're fired for eating crumbs." Like, really? Crumbs? Whatever. And then she worked at the call center, which her job was
Oh,
to,
hey, Asia.
which her job was to keep the customer on the phone until the information popped up on her screen, or her boss took over the phone call.
Yeah.
So what do? You joke around with the people, you learn about their culture, you learn
Mm-hmm.
about their traditions and stuff like that, you learn about their country,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep them interested and entertained. She was very good at those jobs. Aside from the whole eating the crumbs at
And
the top.
see, this is where Numbnuts gets her wrong, because what you don't realize, she's also a
Massage
businesswoman.
therapist.
Well, yeah, she's also a businesswoman.
Yeah. So
See, that's what happens when you misjudge somebody and you don't really listen to what they have to say.
yeah.
Because she does, she's even mentioned that, you know, she she did learn massage.
Yeah.
If
She's a licensed masseuse. She's a fully licensed masseuse.
see, and
She's
that's
She
that's
said that on her video, on a bunch of her videos.
see, that's the thing. So if something happened to my YouTube channel, or to your YouTube channel, like me, I wouldn't have nothing to fall back on except my theology or my criminology. Her, if something like
Yeah,
if
if the
her,
wheels fell off her channel, she's got avenues that she can go down.
oh yeah,
Me, I've got my disability.
mm-hmm.
That's what's keeping me afloat right now. That's what's keeping my, everything that I'm doing
And
going.
that's the thing, though. When you have a guy like Numbnuts that just constantly attacks her and attacks her and attacks her, my thing is, how the hell does she keep herself afloat? How does she do it? She doesn't let him get to her.
Nope.
She just does her thing, and it's really helping her because she's
He's drawing attention to her
mm-hmm.
by the truckload. He's drawing attention to her. And it's like I was saying before about the SJWs. Those people are the most backwards fucking people that you could ever run across. And the reason I say that is because they sit there and they say, "Oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this." They're all about don't do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said it many times before. A very rich man, very wealthy and successful man,
Mm-hmm.
told me, says, people will do 10% of what you do right and what you say to do right. They will do 1000% of what you've done wrong and what you say don't do. So
Yeah.
here's all these SJWs saying, "Oh, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this." Well,
Mm-hmm.
people hear this, and off they go. They just like that movie, The Joker, with Joaquin Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
SJW's like, "Oh, if you go watch the movie Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, you're going to become a serial killer."
Yeah.
Do you realize that that movie stayed #1 on the box office
Mm-hmm.
for what, 9 weeks?
Mm.
Did totally exactly the opposite of what the SJWs were hoping to have happen.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And the thing about it is, when a buddy of mine told me about those idiots saying, "Don't go watch the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie
Mm-hmm.
because you're going to become a serial killer," my buddy told me about that. I started fucking laughing. And we were on the PlayStation together. I started laughing. And I was like, "Dude, really?" I said, "I watched the movie Noah with Russell Crowe. And after watching that movie, which was a great movie, it was a great adaptation of the story of Noah. But after watching that movie, I had absolutely no desire whatsoever to go and build a boat big enough to house 2 of every animal and ask them all to come take a ride with me for 40 days and 40 nights. It's like, fuck no."
Yeah.
And then On top of that, the questions I have about it is, why did he let the alligators and the snakes come on when they can swim? And how did they keep all the freaking predators from eating everything on board?
Well, see, and here's the thing too. I mean, I can't wait until P hits 1 million subscribers.
That's going to take a little while, but I can't wait. I'm hoping.
No, the reason why I say that is because then it's going to show that here she never, like, I've never seen her get mad at trolls.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't even actually acknowledge they exist. She knows they're there, but she doesn't publicly acknowledge they exist.
Mm.
And you know what? I think that's the way to actually go. Because what the trolls are looking for is attention.
Mm.
Yeah, the biggest problem about a troll is they're attention whores.
Yeah.
Like, you getting your rocks off just freaking being an asshole? Well, fuck, go for it.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out.
Like there's some of my comments that I'll write on P's comment section. Oh, I remember the comment I wrote. It was the video about what was it? What was the video from? I think it was Friday. I can't remember. If how do you know if your Filipino's cheating on you or whatever?
Yeah.
And I wrote this comment. I wrote this comment, and it was because she did that one video where she's like, "Oh, James," and then the guy goes, "Oh no, this is Robert."
Yeah.
And so what I did is I wrote this comment. I was like, "Oh, hey babe, you know that I love you, but I'll always be here for you, Robert James Sandifer." And she wrote me back, and she goes, "Your name is Robert James?" I'm like, "Yep." She no, I remember what it was. I said, in your little skit you did, P, you just said my full name. And she goes, "Your name is Robert James?" Because basically what she did is she said my full name backwards, James Robert.
Yeah.
And we got a laugh out of it, you know.
Yeah.
And there's this guy, Filipina P Envy, that keeps trolling the shit out of me sometimes. And he made this video. Was RJ Sandifer dissed by the Filipina P? And like, it was when all that stuff went down where I wanted P to come on my live stream and she didn't do it. And it got traction because Numbnuts was talking about it and everything.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Look, looking back, it was a stupid thing for me to even invite him on to begin with. Second of all, it was really stupid for thinking that P would come on my channel. Third of all, it was stupid for me to think that P was even listening when she wasn't. And I learned a lot from that experience. And you know what the great thing about that whole thing was, though, Crazy Kid?
What's that?
Is that when P reached out to me, she told me, she goes, "RJ," she goes, "You need to be careful because this was my reputation we're dealing with here."
Yep.
And I said, "P, I'm sorry for what happened. What can I do to make this right? Because I want to make this right." And she wrote me back and she said, "Okay, RJ, here's what you can do to make this right." And she told me what I needed to do. And I did. And I think that the experience has strengthened our friendship to the point now where if Numbnuts tried to say something negative about P, I'll know, okay, I need to go ask P about this thing, about whatever this is that he's talking about, instead of just running with it.
Yeah.
You know, and it actually helps, you know, me, because now I know what to do.
Yeah.
And when you said P is a forgiving person, she actually is.
Yeah.
She actually is. She
She's
told me
got a
what
huge heart.
yeah. She told me what I did wrong, and I asked her, I said, I think it was like a few months later, I said, "P," I said, "when all that stuff went down, were you angry at me?" She goes, "No, I wasn't angry. I was just frustrated because I knew that I knew
He
you
was
would,
goading you.
yeah." It, she said, "I knew that you were being taken advantage of."
Yep.
And I'm just paraphrasing what she said.
Yeah.
She said, "I knew you were being taken advantage of. And I reached out to you because I care about you," basically, is what she was saying.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she
You were
does.
talking about your video, your comment on her video about she's cheating. My Mine was mostly about the ending of her video.
Oh, that was funny.
I put in there, I was like, P, you must have been hungry talking about these games, talking about the Hunger Games.
Uh-huh.
Cheaters play against their partners, even though the odds are never in your favor when dealing with a cheating partner.
Mhm.
We hope that Cupid's arrow will strike us clean and true. But when you have a cheating partner, you look up after you've been shot with an arrow and find that it is Katniss Everdeen on the other side of the bow.
Like, you have a way of writing thing, and Pete, and have you noticed Pete always replies to your comments?
That's because I deal with the tiny things that she says that she's hoping people will catch.
Mm.
I catch that shit because I'm very perceptive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of the times she'll say something like just in a certain way
Mm-hmm.
that leads into something else, but it'll be like either ironically funny or a pun or whatever.
Mm. Yeah.
And after I've been commenting on a lot of her videos and pointing this shit out,
Mm-hmm.
I almost think, and I might be a little bit pat myself on the back here, or
Mm-hmm.
conceited or whatever like that. I almost
Mm-hmm.
think that she puts that shit in there for people like me to
Mm.
point out.
Oh, yeah, she does. She does.
But I'm pretty sure that she puts that shit in there so that when she watches the video again, she's like, "Oh, there's my funny part right there."
Mm.
And sometimes a smart comedian will put something like that in there, hoping that nobody finds it.
Mm.
So that this way here, they can say I pulled the wool over.
Mm-hmm.
But someone like me,
Like,
I watch her videos and listen to her videos. And, hey, wait a minute. When she said, "May the odds be ever in your favor," right at the end of her video,
mm-hmm.
I went off on that. I was like, I thought that was the funniest because the first thing I was thinking, here she's talking about relationships, and then it led off into Cupid, and I was like, oh, Cupid, Katniss. The odds may ever be in your favor. The odds are never in your favor. You know, like you may got shot, then you look up and it was Katniss Everdeen on the other end of the bow.
Dude, you know, like, when you comment on reality check, like between reality check files and P, like when you listen to reality check files' videos, do you ever get pissed off, or is it more or less like, okay, he's trying to educate people?
I don't get pissed off at reality check files.
Mm-hmm.
I get pissed off at the moron he's reporting.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, how do you blatantly be so fucking stupid? Like, how do you blatantly freaking throw logic out of the window?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like freaking driving down the freaking freeway and then just grabbing your steering wheel, ripping it off and throwing it out the window going, I don't need that anymore. I'm just going to take a header into the first thing that I see.
Yeah, like I don't get mad at reality check files because I know what he's trying to do, but like sometimes he'll play a clip from Mike, and I'm like, oh, I gotta shut this off, or I'm gonna throw my Chromebook, or I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
see, that's where, the amount that he puts on the video
Mm-hmm.
for his videos, that's about all of Mike I can take.
Mm.
He puts it into a 10-minute video. He may have like 2 minutes of numbnuts fucking spewing out his freaking sewage out of his mouth. And that's as much of him as I can.
And then Numbnuts is like, oh, well, he doesn't play the entire clip.
He doesn't need to. He doesn't need to, because the context of what Mike is talking about, he plays enough of the context
Mm-hmm.
that Mike is talking about, right from the beginning of his statement to the end of his statement.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That's all he needs to play
Yeah.
in order to say, okay, this is the statement that he is contradicting to this statement the P made.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, that's all he needs to do. All he needs to do is just show the difference in the context.
Yeah. Like,
He says, oh, this is what, the P says this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Well, then he shows that, saying, okay, this is what Mike said,
mm-hmm.
but this is actually what P said, and it doesn't match. So he's lying.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you don't need to show the entire video. Like, Numbnuts wants reality check files to upload a 3-hour fucking live stream to
Which
do
he
a
doesn't
10
have.
minute video about him lying his face off.
Yeah, like he doesn't have to do. Like, and really, here in America, you're only allowed to use portions of someone's video. You can't do the whole thing.
Yeah, you can. You can use the whole video, provided
That you provide commentary.
that you provide commentary and add some sort of value to the video. Okay? So
That it's
reaction videos,
transformative. Yeah.
reaction videos, they have to be transformative.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's not just like show you freaking, like bouncing your ass all over the fucking screen while the video's playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not transformative enough. Transformative means that you're either stopping the video or making commentary in a pause. The creator, the original
Mm-hmm.
creator is having, but
Mm-hmm.
normally stop the video, make your commentary about that situation, start the video up again.
Yeah.
That's the same thing here in Canada. You have to transform it
Mm-hmm.
into either education, entertainment, or information, comedy, or There was a third one. Information, education, or education, entertainment. There was a third one. I can't remember what it was. But the information and education are the two main ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like even just like freaking, like doing some photoshopping into the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
That's not enough transformation.
We'll see, and this is what I like. What Mike is doing is not transformative.
No. It's actually defamation. Because he isn't really, like, I haven't seen any of his videos or live streams in length. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't fucking stomach the guy. I get about 10 sentences in, and I'm ready to freaking put my fist through my own screen.
Damn.
Hey, Mr. T.
Mr. T. But see, that's the thing. Like, the Philippine, like, I remember asking the Filipino P one time, P, may I use your content? This is when I had my former channel before I met you, and she goes, yes, RJ, you may, provided that you don't attack me.
Yep.
That's all she asks.
Yep. I asked her if I could send her, like, if I did a reaction video to her videos. I said, if I do a reaction video to any of your videos, I will send it to you and seek permission to upload it. I will not upload it without your exclusive permission.
See, and that's the same thing that Helga Babushka did. She asked P, can I upload that? And it was the interview that she had with P.
Yep.
And P gave her permission.
Yep.
Why?
Because it would help P as well.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like P told me, she goes, you can do whatever you want. Just don't, like you said, don't insult my content.
Yeah.
Don't insult me. Don't bash me. Just, I was like, I wouldn't upload it unless I had her absolute, she approved of it.
Yeah.
Her absolute approval.
See,
for the simple fact that I respect her as a creator. I respect her as a potential friend.
Oh, okay? Yeah.
And I want to create a, possible camaraderie where, if there was a time that I could go to the Philippines, that I could go to the Philippines and proudly meet Filipina P, regardless whether I've done videos on her video or not.
And you know what? Even if you did a reaction video and you showed it to her, I mean, she would probably laugh her ass off and be like, hey, crazy kid, I loved it. You
pointed out some shit that I missed.
Or she might say, hey, but have you ever thought of it like this?
And I'd be like, hey, why don't we get together, collab a video, put it up on both our channels?
Yep.
Like freaking, I would love to record a collab. Okay. Even if it's just like talking on StreamYard, not publicizing it. Just talking on StreamYard, recording it, and then freaking, making a video out of it later. And then both publish it on our freaking channels the same day.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, she's never heard
I guarantee her video will get fucking a lot more views than mine.
Well, she's never really heard of StreamYard. I don't think.
No, she uses StreamYard.
How do you know?
Because when she did that collab with Rebeauty.
Mm-hmm.
That was on StreamYard.
Wait, Rebeauty?
Or not Rebeauty, Helga Babushka.
Oh,
They weren't sitting side by side. Helga was in her house in Canada.
wait. I thought she was using Zoom.
It was StreamYard. I'm pretty sure it was StreamYard.
Mm. I thought
I
she.
am almost definite sure that it was.
I tell you what. I mean, if she is using StreamYard, then that's new to me. Because I tell you what. I mean, StreamYard's a hell of a lot easier to use than Zoom.
Yeah.
I mean, if EV Mux could get their accessibility feature worked out, I would use that. But until then, StreamYard's might go to thing until they can get that worked out, which I hope they will. But man, I tell you what, if I mean, even if it was me, even if it was you,
that's StreamYard.
huh?
I'm looking at it right now. That's fucking StreamYard.
Oh, then
she's got the paid plan for StreamYard.
Who, P?
Either P or Helga.
Oh, if Helga has the paid plan, yeah.
I think P's got it, but yeah, that's StreamYard. That's
Oh shit!
StreamYard.
Oh shit! Well, damn. Well then, it was shit. Could you just
Joe Schmo? Hey, how you doing?
Could you just imagine if me, you, and P got on a StreamYard panel? We didn't go live or anything. We just did a pre-recorded video, and the three of us just bantered back and forth, or just did what me
I
and
think
you.
you'd be laughing your ass off and too much to talk. Because I personally think if the P and I started batting back and forth, you'd fucking piss yourself. You wouldn't want to go anywhere. You wouldn't want to take your headset off for a week because you'd be sitting there too busy pissing yourself. You'd record that shit this way here whenever you're feeling bad. You just play it, turn it on full blast, have it go throughout the entire house, and up goes the mood.
Mm-hmm.
Up goes Weasel.
Yep.
But if the P and I ever got on freaking StreamYard, we could probably go back and forth we could probably go back and forth on each other for about 24 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, hang on a minute. I gotta make a pot of coffee. But if that day ever came,
yeah,
I'd be like, no, fuck that. I'm gonna bring over a couple 2-liter bottles of pop, put them down by the floor here, so this way I can just keep filling a glass. I'm not fucking going anywhere, man. I'll go to the hospital the day before and get a catheter put in. No, what do you need that for? I got to do a stream with a funny person. Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, but no, I mean, like, even if y'all just got on a StreamYard, right, and didn't even do a stream. If y'all just did a pre-recorded video, you ended the video, and you said, "Okay, we're not gonna tell anybody about this. We're gonna wait until like the Christmas holidays or something like that, or the week between Christmas and New Year's. Upload that shit, bam." Like that, I mean, could you imagine? People would be opening their presents Christmas Day, listening to you and the Filipino Pete, and they would be busting out laughing.
You know that video. You know, if a video, if I was ever to do one with the Filipino Pete,
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it'd be a fun video.
Mm.
You know that because I'm pretty sure, like I said before, you know, the P and I, we could probably bat back and forth, you know, for 24 hours, no problem.
Mm.
Okay, because she is an intelligent and humorous woman. Okay,
Oh yeah.
so and you know me, I'm a dumbass and freaking you know I got some funny bones. But you put the two of us together, that's quite the soup.
Well, and you got to think too. Like, could you imagine if Rosany and It's Wang got on a panel together?
Well, the two of them would be talking freaking Visayan, and you wouldn't be able to see. I was hoping to see your California co-host, but I prefer this guy.
Thank you.
California co-host. Who's California co-host?
Um, a California co-host is a guy by the name of Eli.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the P and I, we could probably bat back and forth for forever. But because we'd be constantly freaking energizing ourselves, just freaking tossing back and forth. Because she would come out with something, and me, I got no filter. Like I get a bad idea or a freaking inappropriate thought in my head, and it comes rushing out the gaping hole in my face because there's no Gandalf standing on the end of my tongue going, "You shall not pass." So
Yep. Oh yeah.
you put somebody with pure honest comedy
Mhm.
together with somebody who we're talking Abbott and Costello all over again.
Mm.
Because like that, she'd be like the straight man. I'd be like the dumbass freaking turning everything around. But like the two of us together, oh
That'd be like Beavis and Butthead.
no, that'd be like freaking Abbott and Costello, freaking
Mm.
what else? Who's else another good comedy duo in the freaking early days?
Oh God.
Abbott and Costello.
Damn. Comedy tour with Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah, Jeff Foxworthy, Larry the Cable Guy, and Ron White,
and Bill Engvall,
and Bill Engvall. Oh my God, dude, you're gonna be jealous of me. I went to see them live,
dude. The thing about it is, 3 of them are retired. Right now, 3 of them are retired. The only one still performing is Ron White.
Yeah, Ron White's fucking awesome.
He's funny. I like it when he's talking about he rented he had a camper and they were driving from this one place to another, and they got to this Walmart parking lot and they set up shop for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning, the dogs had to go to the bathroom, so he's outside walking them, and on the outside of the camper there was a temperature gauge, and it was reading in Celsius. Okay. And he goes, "It was fucking cold outside." My wife says, "What's the temperature out there?" He looked at the thermometer and it said 0. And he goes, "There isn't one." So I was like, that's
I tell you what, I tell you what, man. I feel sorry for the guy. I feel sorry for the square that tries to date the Filipina P.
I
like the you know what a square is, right?
Yeah,
somebody that's very serious. Yeah.
But I'd take that one a little bit further.
Okay.
Not just square.
Okay.
If the guy's a total blockhead, like if the guy's just like freaking, all he wants is just, a Filipina. I just want a Filipina. And he is like freaking straight laced, straight. He still got the pocket protector.
Mm-hmm.
If he's that kind of guy, like basically one bad decision one bad decision from being, oh my god,
Disabled. Post
if he's that kind of guy,
Blue
yeah,
Cuckold
stay the fuck away from the Filipina Pete because she will tear
12:24
your ass
a.m.
apart.
Blue Cuckold Comedy Tour.
Filipina Pete, she's the type of person that, and she's already said this on a couple of her videos. She likes smart people.
Mm-hmm.
She likes people that can hold a conversation.
Oh yeah.
Me, I could listen to a conversation. I can, hold a conversation about certain things. But, you know, but she really likes people that are funny.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Like when it comes to being smart, I'm smart physically.
Mm.
You know what I mean by that?
Yep.
I can build things.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I can fix things.
Uh-huh.
I don't read things. I didn't spend my freaking days in school passing because I was reading.
Mm.
I did it because I was the biggest pain in the ass, and I basically conned the teachers into, you don't want me here next year because I'm only getting better every year.
Mm-hmm.
My stuff is only getting better every year.
Mm.
I'm learning what you don't like, and I'm gonna take it and use it against you.
Yep.
65.
I was thinking, and I was thinking about something. When P said, when P asked that question, um, hold the lumber while he slumbers, right? Okay, this is what I was thinking. Okay, and this is gonna sound a little bit dirty, but this is what I was thinking. Mike would never get a Filipina that would hold his lumber while he slumbered because she'd probably cut it off.
No, you would never get a woman to hold his lumber while he slumbers because there's too much fucking belly there to be like freaking crushing it. She's got to move half the earth to get to the root,
Oh.
So, you know, the chances of that, I
Mm,
don't think so.
yeah.
But when she was talking about the whole, you know, does the oak get a stroke or does she just lay there or does she just stay there motionless? Is there any juice in the spruce?
Mm-hmm.
For a moment, I was thinking that she was gonna go right into, is the maple hard or soft?
Man.
And if she would have went there,
StreamYard.
I swear I probably would have shit my pants right there on the spot. I would have been like, grow an inch or two in my seat,
Joe Schmo.
just like when I say, NASCAR drivers hit the wall,
Yeah.
they wrecked their car. I was like, but that seatbelt's a little tighter. That boy just filled his pants. He got into an
Mm.
accident. Was his underwear clean? Might have been before the accident.
Yeah.
Who knows after, or during?
Mm. Oh my God.
Like,
Mm.
did he have on clean underwear? Oh, come on. Like,
Man, oh man. And me and her, like ever since she did that one video surviving the zombie apocalypse, like I've ran with it, right? And every time, and there's sometimes I'll be like, well, if we were being chased in a zombie apocalypse, and this happened, like we'll come up with the funniest shit in her comment section, me and her, about the whole zombie thing. And I was thinking the other day, I was like, well, if me, Numbnuts, and P were being chased by zombies, um, I would grab onto P's arm and I'd be like, "Get me the hell out of here!" And if Numbnuts was standing in the way, me and P would push him right in front of a zombie and just run.
I've always said this about, people that bring up the zombie apocalypse.
Huh?
The odds of that happening are freaking, was 0.
Well, yeah, I know. I know. I know that.
No, you want to get into the conversation. You want to hold the conversation. I still have. I tell people, hey, if the zombie apocalypse ever comes along, I'm fucking joining the other team as quick as I can. And they're like, why? I said, 'cause it's gonna happen anyways. May as well do it while I'm freaking,
Yeah.
why run around scared all my life for the rest of my life? Just join the other team.
Yeah.
And I said that to a bunch of potheads. Okay. Now you know my difference between potheads and people that just smoke pot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. People who just smoke pot, they do it respectfully.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They tell the truth about it. Like, hey, I smoke pot because I want to get fucking high. Or I smoke pot because medical reasons.
Yeah.
Those are pot smokers. Fucking
Mhm.
potheads are the ones that go do all kinds of stupid shit and try and say, here, man, you're not cool unless you smoke this. Okay. Like, we
Yeah.
got a bunch of fucking potheads that basically, as soon as pot became illegal, or
Mm-hmm.
pot became legal here in Canada,
Mm-hmm.
right away, somebody on Facebook put up a page that, and this is how paranoid some people are. Okay. Birds are not real. They're drones created by the government to spy on you. Within a week, within one fucking week, they had 1 million people marching in Ottawa at the Capitol building. 1 fucking week. They had 1 million people. Canada has 43 million people in the entire country, which is the second largest fucking country on the planet. And we had 1 million people marching in the freaking front lawn of the Capitol building. That's 1/40th of the population. Okay, now let's break this down a little bit. Okay, Ontario is where Ottawa sits. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
now Ontario has 14 million people in it.
Right.
That's almost 1/10 of the 1 out of every 10 people was in Ottawa. Okay.
Oh God.
But the thing about it is, you also have to look at half of those people are either children
Mm-hmm.
or elders.
Mm-mm.
So now we're looking at 7 million people.
Oh
But
jeez.
1/7 of them are on the Capitol building. But that doesn't take away the people that are freaking smart enough to not, the not pot smokers or the not potheads. Okay. So I would guess that only 1/3 of the population smokes pot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's out of 2 million people
Mm-hmm.
that's left. 1 million of them, half of them, was in Ottawa marching about, oh, birds are not real, they're drones. Seriously, half of you fuckers are at the Capitol building. Where's the other half of you? Laughing at home? I can't believe those assholes believe it. But
Oh my
getting
God.
back to the potheads.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Now, that's a pothead. Okay. Those people are fucking potheads. They got no real concept of reality.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm online with a friend of mine and his cousin and a bunch of his pothead buddies. They're all like, oh, the zombie apocalypse comes. I'm going to pick my team now.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, dude. Give me a fucking break. The apocalypse would never happen. And you want to pick teams now? Knowing full well I can build anything. I can repair almost anything out of nothing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you give me enough materials, put them down in front of me, and I'll
Mhm.
figure out something I could build with that. Okay? And this dude knows me for that.
Mm-hmm.
He's listing off all these buddies that he plays freaking COW zombies with. And he goes, no, I don't want Kid, man. Kid, nah, fuck you. He can go on his own. Yeah, and I'll survive. Because number one, I'm not going to be looking for the X button. Going shoot, 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 shoot. I'm not looking for the X button. I'm not fighting these fucking zombies with an Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller. I'm gonna build me some freaking security. So I'm sitting there and every single time, every one of these potheads, every one of these fucking potheads, they're always saying, "Oh, I'm gonna pick my team now." I want, and they're always picking their pothead buddies. Like, yeah, the only thing you guys are going to be doing is fucking going into the field, smoking pot. You're going to be smoking your brains out, getting fucking high, creating a cloud for the zombies to follow so that they can come and get you all at once.
Yep.
So I was like, you guys got no plan on how to survive
Yeah,
a
like,
zombie apocalypse.
they'd all be smoking, and they'd be a zombie going, hey man, what's that?
Got that over, man.
Yep. And then
That's
and then
the only hope that they would have is to hotbox the zombies into freaking, joining the party.
yeah,
As
like
soon as they run out of fucking pot, man, you better hope that those zombies are Cheech and Chong.
yeah.
And you better hope that they're packing. Hey, man.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Oh yeah. P plays Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
And that's a
plays
zombie
Call of
game.
Duty as well.
Yeah. Oh.
And Fallout 4.
Oh. Man, I bet you could beat her in Call of Duty.
Nope.
Mm.
I won't even play it. I don't like MMOs.
Mm.
I don't like mass multiplayer online shooter games. For the simple fact, I tried playing Call of Duty because my cousin left it here. He was like, "Oh, just try it out," All right. I tried it out, and I was playing the campaign. I was like, "All right." And I went into the online thing, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." You get to team up with some people, and you work together as a team. I always ended up freaking getting the asshole who freaking becomes the medic. And then, you get shot and you're like, okay, medic, come here. Well, this asshole come over with the freaking, with his medical bag, drop a freaking grenade and then teabag you until a fucking grenade blows you both up. He ended up at the end of that match, he had more team kills, more friendly fire kills than the entire team had enemy kills put together.
Good
Because,
Lord.
like I said, he would drop a grenade right in front of me and then teabag me until the grenade blew up. And then laugh his ass off. And I was like, you douchebag. And I always ended up with one of those guys on my team. No matter how many times I tried to go into a room, I always ended up with one of those guys on my team. I was like, no, this ain't fucking happening. I don't like this shit.
My nephew has a PS4. He doesn't use it anymore, but he
mine's got a quarter inch of dust on it.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, because he has an Xbox, right? But he lets his nephew, my great nephew, play the PlayStation when he comes over.
Yeah.
So, see, because I have my Chromebook, I have my PC. Like, I don't know which is better, PS4 or Xbox.
It's personal preference.
I mean, I like the PS4 because in a way or the PlayStation because you can directly stream to YouTube.
Yep.
Xbox you can't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know the PS5 has more accessibility features for blind people.
Yeah. You see, for me, it all boiled down to the controller. It had nothing to do with the mechanics of the box. It had everything to do with the controller.
Mm.
I cannot stand the Xbox controller.
Mm.
It's offset. It's weird. It's not balanced.
Mm.
It's to me the PlayStation controller. It's it's evenly balanced.
Mm-hmm.
It's it fits comfortably in my hand,
Mm.
and it works for me.
Yeah.
The Xbox controller, you have the directional pad so far up on the one side, and the the analog stick so far down on the other,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like it's weird. You got to be a fucking contortionist just to freaking play this game.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Give me the Xbox or the PlayStation controller, and I can do that.
Like.
But for me, for my NASCAR 5 game and my farming simulator game, I've got gas pedal, freaking steering wheel.
Mm.
So I drive. Same thing with my American Truck Simulator game. Yeah, when I want to take her left, I freaking turn the wheel to the left.
Yeah.
I don't sit there and WWWWASD.
Mm.
Ah,
Mm.
I can't drive like that.
Mm.
I bought the steering wheel and I got the gas pedal, brake, and the clutch.
Wow.
I got the setup for that.
Oh man, I'll bet. Shoot, I bet you could whip Filipina P in a racing game.
Oh, probably. Because I've been driving almost as long as she's been breathing. I
Mm-hmm.
drove for 22 and a half years.
Mm.
Okay, so I drove. I used to drive from where I live. It would take me 8 hours to go to my buddy's cottage, and
Mm.
it's still in Ontario. Okay,
Mm.
you're not even halfway through Ontario. It takes a good day and a half to go from where I live,
Mm.
driving through Ontario,
Mm.
to get to Manitoba. It'll take you 12 hours if you take the United States away.
Mm.
But it would take you a day and a half to go Canada.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of United States, is Ottawa right on the border?
No.
Mm.
Ottawa is on a it's kind of tucked in with Quebec. Okay, Quebec kind of covers it a little bit from the United States.
Uh-huh.
You'd have to go through a couple straits in order to get to Ottawa from the United States.
Mm.
But still in all, like Canada and the United States are pretty much over there, what side of the border we want to reside on.
Mm-hmm.
We settled that in 1812.
Mm.
We said you can have your Capitol building back and all this land going up to the middle of this waterway.
Mm.
You stay on that side, we stay on this side, we can be friends. Cross that line again, we'll take your country.
Damn.
There was another video I watched about the just in case strategies
Mm-hmm.
that both Canada and the United States have in case tensions ever got to the point where we couldn't be friends anymore.
Mm-hmm.
In every scenario, okay,
Mm-hmm.
on both sides, Canada wins all the battles. The generals on both sides have figured out that Canada wins all the battles because we know the land more.
Damn.
Yep. It's easier to go south than it is north.
Oh.
And here's an interesting fact you probably may or may not know, but over 75% of the Canadian population lives within 160 miles from the United States border.
Damn.
So we're already covering the border.
Yeah, don't try to cross illegally from Canada to the United States because the Canadians would stop you.
Yeah, we know where the border's at.
Shit.
We got a pretty good idea where it's at. We built our towns near it. We're going to make sure you stay there, we stay here.
Yep. Shoot,
but,
if you
thankfully, we've been able to live in somewhat peace with each other. Enough peace to keep any stupid battles from going off.
Yeah.
Because the United States needs Canada for their cruelty in war machines that we build.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the freaking stuff that the United States uses buys it from Canada.
Ooh.
Like the what is it? The F/A-18 Super Hornet built here in Canada.
Damn.
I actually flew a F/A-18 Super Hornet flight simulator about a week after the pilots from the Canadian Air Force came down and tested them out, and they said if it wasn't for the only thing that it's lacking is the G-forces, is the actual G-forces. Other than that, everything is exactly the way it is in the F/A-18 Super Hornets. And for like $75 for an hour, I freaking flew one of these things. And man, I tell you, it was fun.
Man.
The following year, I actually went around my birthday, and the dude that was, doing the instruction, he was like, "Oh, today's your birthday." He gave me an extra 30. He gave me and my buddy an extra 30 minutes for free because there's nobody else in line after us. He gave us an extra 30 minutes for free and taught us how to land on an aircraft carrier.
That's one thing I've never done. I have never flown on an airplane.
You've never been on an airplane?
No.
Yeah, I've been on one airplane, or actually two airplanes. One on the way out to Las Vegas and one on the way home. I've been in a helicopter. That was fun. And just for my own personal satisfaction, I dropped a fucking stone out of it. I was like, "Hey, there's my house." See where this lands. I dropped a marble off of the frickin' CN Tower one time.
Oh.
Yeah, when it hit the ground, it fucking made a crater. And shattered. That glass marble fucking shattered. It basically went back to sand. It hit so hard. Cracked the pavement.
Wow.
What else? I threw a frisbee off the. I was at the Niagara Falls, and I threw a frisbee into the falls.
Oh God.
That was funny watching it freaking floating. And all of a sudden, the water caught it. Went. It looked so peaceful.
Are there
Oh,
any animals in those falls? Like gators or anything like
no,
that?
no,
Mm.
dude. Like even fish. No, like there's
Wow.
fish, but they're so far upstream that they don't get
Mm-hmm.
swept down. And then at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
they're like, there's fish there, but they're
Mm-hmm.
so small and so close to the shore.
Mm.
Okay, because otherwise, you get into the center part there. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the current's just going to take you away.
Mm.
And the same thing up in the top part. The fish are basically hanging around the freaking outskirts
Mm.
because you get too close to the center of that, down you go.
Mm. Mm.
Um, but
Like hello.
yeah, yeah, and that's quite a step, a couple 100 feet.
Well, actually P did a video about some falls one time.
Yeah, yeah, that was at uh, Okai Island.
No, it was another video. She was in the water and stuff, and it wasn't the snorkeling video. It was a different one. But Apo Island, that video is still getting views.
Yeah, wonder why.
Maybe because there's two beautiful women in bathing suits?
Actually, for the most part, it's just pee in the bathing suit.
Oh.
Um, Lucy joins her for lunch,
Mm-hmm.
and they have crab and rice and
Mm-hmm.
shrimp, and yeah, they dig into that, and they don't show very much of that, but yeah, it's
Mm. But man.
but the
It
scene with her following the turtle,
uh-huh.
that is like movie material.
Wow.
Yeah, that
Mm.
was like freaking the most that was the most epic scene I've seen on a, I don't want to say amateur,
Mm-hmm.
but it would be like, like YouTube would be for your amateur people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people that don't have the the, the big budget for cameras and microphones and the huge you know television and movie recording quality
Mm.
stuff. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, for low budget video production,
Mm.
that one scene was like freaking. It could have been put on movie theater. It could have been up on the big screen
Oh yeah. Yeah.
as a scene, like advertising for the Philippines, and that's what the Philippines needs is an advertisement like that. Because
Mm-hmm.
if they could just take that clip from that video
Mm.
and a bunch of other videos that either Filipina P's done or Rebuti or whoever, put them all together to make a make an advertisement for
Mm.
visit the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
that would be what it needs. It
Oh
would
yeah.
need at least that clip of her sitting there, snorkeling with this freaking turtle. It was awesome.
And and there's some people that criticize P. Oh, she's just using her looks. That's the only reason why her channel's getting bigger.
No,
No. No.
her content is what's making her channel big
Mm-hmm.
because her content is educational,
Mm-hmm.
entertaining, and it's like freaking spot on.
Yeah.
It's trending. Okay.
Yeah.
The Passport Bros movement is trending, and she is um, supplying the information and education
Mm-hmm.
and entertainment about her country, almost like a travel agent should.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing it in a way that gives the viewer
Mm-hmm.
the most honest experience that they're going to find when they get their boots on the ground.
Yep.
And then you got fucking numbnuts who's not even in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
hasn't spent, I don't even think, near a percent of the amount of time that the Filipino P spent in the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
basically trying to tell everybody, oh no, they're just a bunch of fucking scammers over there. You gotta really go over there and be guarded. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
go over there and basically, you know, you know, be the American. That's the person they don't want over there. They don't want the I'm the American. You're gonna do things my way. They
Mm-hmm.
don't want that person over there. That's the person who goes over there and starts bullying their shit around and gets, basically slapped in jail or freaking, chopped up and put on the side of the road. And then, the news gets a hold of them. That's the people that the passport bros or the passport bros hyenas are freaking saying, "Oh, look at this. This is what happens to you if you go over there." No, that's what happens if you go over there with your attitude. You go over there
Mm-hmm.
with a pleasant attitude, you're gonna freaking live there, have the happiest time of your life, live in the best scenery in your life with the most happiest people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
When do I fucking fall out of positives? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. You get some typhoons. Who doesn't like a little rain?
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole lot better than the fucking snow we get. You get a foot of fucking snow. You don't got to shovel rain.
Mm.
Rain will go away on its own.
Mm-hmm.
That snow, you got to move it. Otherwise, it becomes ice. And when you got a foot and a half of snow and it
Uh-huh.
turns into a foot and a half of ice, it's going
Uh-huh.
to take forever to get that thing out of there. Like, you've seen how long it takes well, you probably heard about how long it takes for an ice cube to melt in your drink.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that ice cube being a foot and a half thick, 35 feet long, and 17 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
When you have an ice cube that size, it's going to take a
Mm-hmm.
while for that thing to melt.
Oh yeah.
But I need to go outside for a smoke.
Alrighty.
And we've been at this for 3 hours.
All right. Well then, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and shut this off then. And I just want to say thank y'all for being here, and I will talk to you all later. If y'all like the content, please like, share, and subscribe to Crazy Kid 949 channel and to the RJ Sandiford channel. Thank y'all for being here.
Dialogue. And the not yet end broadcast button. StreamYard.
Did you like it?